Hi guys, and welcome to my season/layer review series. Now, with this one being the starting episode, of course I'm going to start with the single layers. First up is the stamina types. So right here we got Harusu'd Spread Edge. This came in a 2-pack with Kerbeus, and Edge is kind of it's okay for stamina until the end of a battle because it just completely loses all of its balance and it goes like this. So that's why Edge is pretty bad towards the end. Overall though, with how tight this thing is, it's definitely one of the better single layer beys out there if you're in a single layer tournament. Right here is Rocktavor / Ragnarok Heavy Survive. Now, Survive is like one of the OG original stamina drivers. It was used quite often in the random boosters, but it's really not too bad. I mean, it's okay, you know. But Rocktavor, I would definitely say, is more useful in attack type combos if you can find the good parts for it. That came in a 2-pack with Nepstrius. Now this right here is K-Nox, or otherwise known as Chaos. The Takara Tomy one came in a 4 or 3-pack, I believe it was, but this came in a 2-pack with a Wild Wyvern boost Jaggy, I believe it is. But anyways, you can see the purple eyes and whatnot. This is the pre-version of Deep K-Nox, or Deep Chaos. This is oval gyro. Gyro's kind of rare. You don't really see that with beys too often, but it is free spinning, which is neat. The slopes are weak, but if you can find a good combo for it, it's pretty nice. Next up is a Beyblade that is, it's like its counterpart is a prize Beyblade. This is Treptune Heavy Claw, otherwise known as Trident Heavy Claw, and it's pretty decent. I mean, it's the hardest to burst out of the single layers, from what I found. And it has a central attack point that looks like a trident that's supposed to act kind of like Excalibur / Excalius. Next up is Yggdraon / Yggdrasil Ring Edge. Now, Edge, once again, is bad. Ring is pretty decent. I would recommend another combo for him, but this layer is definitely a must-have for the single layer series. Its slopes may not be the best, but I have noticed they slide back as the battle goes, which is kind of overpowered. Next up, defense types. First up is Kerbeus. This is the second best defense type in my opinion. This is central defense, and defense is pretty good because it has these breaks for when you're going, you know, and it comes back kind of, or it just scrapes. And then central is a pretty nice, like, kind of plain average disc, and the chains help its defense. It's pretty good. Next up is a recolor of Spryzen. This is heavy defense, and actually it's not that bad. Like, this is probably one of the better recolors that you'd want to pick up from the single layer series. Right here, this one, this is Wyvern / Wyvern Armed Massive. Now, the problem with this Beyblade is they made this wing extend out farther than the others, so it gets a lot of impact. It cracks it, and then it causes this Beyblade to burst a lot, so I don't appreciate that. But when it first came out, it was really good. Next up is another prize Beyblade with its counterpart. This is a Vipero, or Evil Eye Wing Needle. Needle is even better than defense, because it also has the brakes, but it also has bumps to cause movement and still grip the stadium nicely. So it's a pretty good Beyblade. And it looks like an eyeball when this is spinning, which is nice. It's supposed to be a snake if you see the head and it's wrapping around. Next up is balance types. Now, it has high attack, but it is a balance type because this is a stamina layer. As I said before, Rocktavor / Ragnarok is really good for attack, so this recolor had that in mind, with it having central acceleration. Very nice Beyblade. Right here, oh man, this one is kind of a disgrace, but this is Nepstrius, or Neptune Armed Zephyr, and it's sad. Like, its teeth are horrible, and It bursts way too often, but this was like one of my first Beyblades from Burst. It came in the 2-pack with Rocktavor. This is Spryzen Spread Fusion. This is the original Spryzen, or Spriggan. And Fusion tends to wear down until it turns kind of into a Zephyr. I mean, not Zephyr, Acceleration, so I mean, it wears out, but it's overall pretty good Beyblade. Comes in a 2-pack with Odax. Next up is Minoboros Oval Quake. Quake is really good for movement, but pretty bad for stamina, and it can go off balance and kill it. But this is probably the best attack type, I would say, from the single layer series, stock-wise. Next up is Excalibur Force Extreme. Now, or Excalius, that's the Hasbro name. But it has a move called the One Impact where it lines up with here. You know, everything's lined up and it has one central attack. You know, that's Xander's specialty. But you got little birds and you got the Holy Sword going through the middle, and then you got Extreme. Extreme is still pretty good in tournaments even today, so that's neat that an original driver is still going. This is a recolor of Valtryek / Valkyrie. This is Valtryek Spread Survive. Honestly, this one's a bit strange, but I'd say this is a bounce type because it has stamina and some defense, but it also has really good attack and counter abilities, which is neat. Next up is Odax / Odin Central Blow, the pre-evolution of Odin. I mean, Omni Odax or Obelisk Odin. Now this one came in a 2-pack with Spryzen / Spriggan. It has really good attack, but the slopes are bad and its balance is bad because of the blow driver. Blow really isn't that great. It tends to like slide and it goes like that. Next up is Doom Sizer Oval Acceleration. This one's probably it bursts quite often, but it's okay, I guess. But you can see the Grim Reaper head and then the scythe coming up, and that's the scythe, and then they bounce it out with those and the skeleton hand. But definitely a Halloween related Beyblade. It's alright. It was released as a single. And finally, I mean, I think I might have another single layer. Yeah, here's my other one. It came in a 2-pack with this one. This is Valtryek Wing Acceleration. Or Valkyrie. It's the original main character's Beyblade. It bursts quite often, the Hasbro one, so I mean, I would rather use Minoboros, but it's okay. And then finally, we got Unicrest Ring Defense. Now this is definitely up there with some of the best that the single layer Beyblades have to offer. It's really good, really nice, you know, has all these bumps to help block, and then defense has the brakes. So it's definitely up there with the goodies, you know. Alright, so that is all my single layer Beyblades. I am missing 2, but in my defense, they never were released in Hasbro. I'm missing Baldur Bumper Bite and Amaterios Areo Assault. But there you go, so that's my review of the single layer Beyblades. And next up I'll be doing the dual layer, and then the God / Evolution line, and then Chozy / Turbo line. And eventually, when I collect most of them, I will do the new series Gachi, or Gachinko. But this has been Hyper Orso, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.